They saved her once, when her world was burning. Humanity asked for nothing in return. But today, when Earth screams under alien fire, she remembers that debt. And she's coming back, with an army and a storm of fire. When the sirens began to howl across Earth's skies, most people thought it was another drill, but I knew better. The first flashes over the stratosphere weren't meteors, they were warships. Alien banners shimmered like fire across the clouds, and their fleets cut through the darkness as if they owned the stars. We were farmers, miners, builders. We didn't have fleets like theirs, didn't have weapons that could tear moons apart. All we had was Earth, and it was about to be taken from us. I grabbed my rifle anyway. The training they gave us was laughable compared to what was coming, but I wasn't about to watch my home burn without pulling a trigger. The invasion started at dawn, crimson beams slicing through city skylines, towers collapsing like sandcastles under tidal waves of fire. Screams bled through the comms. Military bases fell one after another, our tanks nothing but twisted metal in the dirt. And then I saw it, one of their walkers, 10 stories tall, moving across the plains where wheat once danced in the wind. My farm, my family's land, the place where my father's bones lay under the old oak tree. I charged, heart pounding, knowing damn well a rifle wouldn't scratch that monster. Then the sky cracked open. At first, I thought it was just the fleet repositioning, but then the light turned blue. A rift, a tear, sliced across the black heavens, and through it came shapes that burned like gods. They weren't human. No human ship looked like that, sleek, curved armor glowing with runes, like the vessels were alive. And at the center of the formation was something bigger, something I would never forget. Her. She stood at the edge of the command deck, framed by a halo of shifting light, her silhouette fierce and inhumanly beautiful. Tall, at least 7 feet, her body sculpted like an apex predator's, but softened with curves that stole the breath from my chest. Blue skin shimmered like polished sapphire under the glow of the burning sky. Her horns, massive, curling like crowns of obsidian, arched back from her head, catching the light as her long silver-black hair whipped around her shoulders. And those eyes, bright like molten gold, locked on Earth with a fire that wasn't just war. She remembered. I knew then, because I remembered too. Years ago, on a nameless battlefield on the edge of the galaxy, we'd pulled her broken body from the wreckage of her burning ship. Her people had left her for dead. We gave her shelter, food, safety. Not because we wanted anything, but because it was right. She swore a favor then, a single promise, spoken in a voice like thunder softened by velvet. One favor to humanity, one day, one time. And today was that day. Her fleet hit the invaders like wolves ripping into cattle. Their walkers exploded under waves of plasma fire. Enemy cruisers fell in streaks of orange flame, ripped apart by blades of energy that cut through metal like paper. I ran to the ridge and saw their soldiers, those towering bastards who had slaughtered us without blinking, now screaming as blue-armored giants tore them apart in close combat. Her warriors moved like a storm, grace and brutality entwined, horns glinting as they cleaved through bone and steel. And then, through the chaos, she descended. Not in a shuttle, not in a pod, she dropped like a comet, landing in a crater of molten earth, her body glowing with battle light, her breath steaming in the cold air as if she carried the furnace of a star inside her. I froze. My rifle, shaking in my hands, felt like a child's toy in the face of a living god. She turned, those golden eyes locking on me, and for a heartbeat, the war faded. Her lips curved, not a smile, not entirely, but something like it. Recognition. Human, she said, and her voice rolled over me like thunderclouds breaking. Your world called. I answered. She didn't wait for thanks. Her blade roared to life, an obsidian edge of pure energy, and she cut through an enemy war beast that had been charging us from the left. Its body split in two, molten metal spraying like blood. I watched breathless as she moved, every step a dance of lethal grace, her short battle garb clinging to her body like liquid steel. It wasn't made to conceal, it was made to kill. Thin armored plates curved around her chest and hips, leaving her powerful thighs bare, muscles rippling as she struck. And gods, those thighs, built for war, thick and strong, crushing steel like bone. She fought like she had come not just to honor a debt, but to burn the galaxy for daring to touch us. Hours blurred into fire and screams. And then silence. The last enemy ship cracked apart in orbit, falling like burning snow into the ocean. The war was over, at least here. I found her at the edge of the battlefield, her blade buried in the earth, her breath slow but steady. Blood, not hers, painted her skin like war paint, glistening on blue curves that looked carved by gods. When I approached, she didn't turn, just spoke, low and fierce. One favor owed. One favor paid. But she looked over her shoulder then, and when those eyes met mine, there was something else there now. Not just fire. Not just war. Something that made my chest ache. The debt is not done, human. Not yet. And then she walked away, horns glinting in the last light of a burning sky, leaving me wondering if the real war had only just begun.